The content, views, and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the City of Bremerton, BCAT, their officials, or their employees. Good afternoon, Washington State, and welcome back to another awesome afternoon on your favorite TV show, Afternoons with Ash Black. Today we've got a familiar face and a good friend of Kitsap County joining us for a record fourth time, the one and only Doc Blackwell, founder of DocLuvTheKids. As many of you know, DocLuvTheKids was founded by Doc 15 years ago and has been holding its annual Doc Loves the Kids Day celebration here in Kitsap County for the past 8 years. From humble beginnings, this event has grown into one of Bremerton's most cherished traditions, a truly inclusive celebration that brings families together from across the peninsula. It offers free resources, school supplies, family activities, food, fun, and a whole lot of community spirit. In fact, in 2023, it was officially recognized as a holiday in the city of Bremerton by Mayor Greg Wheeler. This year's celebration, happening at Lions Field Park on August 23rd, is already buzzing with rumors that this year's DLK Day intends to be the biggest one yet. No matter the size, year after year, Doc Loves the Kids Day stands as a testament to what's possible when we celebrate kids, parents, and the people who make this community shine. So here to tell us all about it, straight from the man behind it all, please welcome back to my show, my friend, Doc Blackwell.
Ash Black.
Doc.
What's up, my brother?
Thank you so much for being here again.
Of course.
Afternoons with Ash Black.
Of course.
This is your fourth time returning to the show, and I have to say, it really isn't about just the friendship that keeps you coming back. Right. It's about the work that you're doing in the community, and this year we're quickly approaching the biggest day of the Doc Loves the Kids organization, Doc Loves the Kids Day, happening here on August 23rd at Lions Field Park. Why don't you talk to me a little bit about your excitement behind this year before we get fully into the questions?
It's always exciting, especially the week of, because all the backpacks start coming in. We're about to start filling the backpacks. We can actually see how many we have. The volunteers start calling more. Everything is just about to happen. And I'm always one of those people. The day after is my favorite day. So I'm just waiting till the day after, and I'll tell you more about it then. But I'm excited about it, man. All the kids, get to see all the kids running around, all the parents having fun, just free fun. So I'm excited.
When people at home see this episode, it's going to be after this giant event. And that's one of the things that's special about where we're at today is we're a couple days prior to Doc Loves the Kids Day, and there is a lot of excitement here in the community about it. But one of the things that I really wanted to highlight today wasn't just the excitement that goes into this day, but the excitement that goes into so many of the events that you hold. And I put together a little list of some of the things that you've been doing over the years. Okay. And I just wanted to read this off here. So we have back to school backpack drives, hundreds of backpacks filled with school supplies distributed each year, holiday toy and gift giveaways, annual events ensuring that children and families have presents during the holiday season, sports and recreation events, basketball tournaments, flag football, other community games promoting healthy activity and mentorship, father shops, workshops, mentorship programs specifically for young fathers, offering guidance, resources, and community support, food and resource distribution, partnering with local groups to provide meals, groceries, essential supplies to family in need, community events and fundraisers, talent shows, concerts, cultural events, funds being brought for the community together, youth mentorship and outreach, one-on-one mentoring with kids, after-school engagement, life skills programs for at-risk youth, scholarship and education support, helping students access resources for higher education and vocational training, partnerships with local agencies, collaborations with schools across Kitsap County, nonprofits, police and fire departments, and the healthcare providers here within the community, expanding community impact, annual recognition events where you celebrate community leaders, volunteers, and the youth. And I really want to highlight that, the youth who embody the mission of building a powerful community together. When you hear that list, it's just incredible. And, you know, I've been behind the scenes and working with you now for going on 4 years. And, you know, to me, even when I read off the list, it's just incredible. How does that sound to you when you hear somebody giving feedback on all of that?
You missed a couple, first of all. You missed a couple, you know what I'm saying? But no, this is what we do it for. You know what I'm saying? We want to help in any way we can, you know, without burning ourselves out. We want to help in any way we can, you know. I still have young children, so they need mentors, you know. So I just want to be one of the ones in the city that you can look to. But you know, it sounds good. I feel like we can do more. When I heard that, I was like, man, so many things that we're missing in there, you know, like our young girls, you know, we need to start doing more to work with them, you know. There's different things that I see we missing in there. That's what that list made me see, the things that we missing. So, but I appreciate all the volunteers and everybody and all the organizations that helped build that list, because it wasn't just me. I got people behind me that people don't see that much that helped me with that. So it's not just me by myself doing this. I got a squad of people who do the most for me, and a lot of people don't know that, but I appreciate all of them.
And this community, well, you know, why don't you tell me about some of the people that continue to show up?
I hate this type of question because I forget a lot, and in my mind I just got so much going on. But Puget Sound Energy, they, from the beginning, you know, they always show love. Not from the beginning, but, you know, from the time I talked to someone there, they've been showing love for every year. Kitsap Public Health Department shows love all the time. KCR come through. It's a bunch of organizations, and the smaller organizations like Miss Deborah's organizations. When you read off about the schools, about the Christmas thing, that's Miss Deborah's organization, Hope 360. When we do gather toys and stuff, it's for her program. So it's a lot of organizations out there doing their thing. Northwest, Hopeful Horizon. It's a bunch of them out there, and I respect and I appreciate all of them. Every piece of help we ever have, every volunteer, every donation, every sponsorship, we appreciate it, because that's the only way it works for us. If we get sponsors, donors, volunteers, that's the only way it works.
And you know, this is a subject that I really wanted to touch on today, both with you as a guest and my following guest, and that is the funding. You know, a lot of the things that you do for this community are funded internally and by donations.
Right.
I don't think a lot of people realize that a lot of the national cuts are affecting people so heavy on a local level.
Right.
It seems to me that currently we're existing on funds and income that has still been flooding the system. But that's running out, and it's making it harder for organizations like yours not only to operate but to exist.
Right.
Could you speak a little bit on that? And your experience?
It's just this year's been harder. This year has been. It reminds me when it first started, when we just had to you know, grind and make it happen. It's not been a lot of support, but we don't, you know, consistency is one thing that we do, that we're good at. So we're gonna keep grinding and keep making it happen. But yeah, this year has been a little rough for us as far as funds. But we gonna rock on. We gonna make it happen.
Why is it so important that organizations like yours exist in a place like Kitsap County?
I only can speak about me and my people, because our hearts, you know, like we're not just doing it for notoriety or we're doing it because it's a need. And we see the need, so we're really getting out there trying to figure it out and trying to at least send people in the right direction. You know, so we're just trying to figure out how to help with this need that we know is out there, because we see it when we're in these schools, when we're talking to these parents, we see it. So we're just trying to help figure it out. And we're willing to partner with anybody who it's not just trying to sit and have meetings. We're trying to get to a point where we can figure things out. We don't want to just sit and just meet. So if you're trying to do more than just sit and just have meetings after meetings about nothing, call me.
Let's talk about that need. There's one specific aspect of your organization's outreach that has really affected me personally from being involved, and that is the Father Shop mentorship programs. When you speak about need, I can't help but think on that particular subject. Tell me about the need for a program like that and what you've seen in regards to how it affects the individuals that have become involved with it.
Which, the one at the school or the one at the barbershop?
Either is.
Which one?
Well, you did have two programs which are still currently running.
Right. The one at the barbershop, I partnered with my guy Lavelle from ICANN, and he runs this barbershop Father Shop event, and so we brought it to Bremerton, and I contacted a bunch of men and young fathers and middle-aged and older fathers that I knew, and we did it once a month for, I can't remember how long to start it with him. But it's just getting for men to get together with other men who been through things they've been through or going through things. Like we had young boys, young men who was in there who were going through things that maybe someone my age or maybe someone a little older already been through. So it's like, you can get past that. And as far as the high school fathers that we mentored, me and you went and talked to, not even I don't like to call it mentoring, but we went and talked to, went and spoke with. That's all they needed. They didn't need to be, they just needed someone to talk to someone who was going to listen without judging them. And so sometimes that's just what you need. You just need somebody who's going to listen without judgment.
Do you see a change in those individuals?
All the time. I see it almost instantly, especially with the elementary kids. Like I see it within weeks. I see the change. With the high school kids as well too, I see change fast, especially when it comes to, like I said, I only can speak about me and my people. It's just a good group of people, and they get in there, and the energy's in there. It's no bad energy. Everyone has children of their own, whether they're young or old. So we all been through it before. So it's just, man, I just like energy, and I like working with people with the same energy.
Tell me a little bit about the backpack drives and the toy drives. How do those help shape relationships with you and families here in Kitsap County?
Well, I've been living in Kitsap County since 1990, so I'm a Kitsap County, I'm not baby, but I've been here since I was in 7th grade, so I know a bunch of people here. So I think me being around the city for so long, I'm more approachable than a lot of people, or people just know me, or I know some of the kids' mothers or their grandmothers. I have grandkids myself, so it's the backpack events and just any of the events we do, not just one in particular. We're really in the community. We're really out, like the pop-up shops. We go into the neighborhoods, the libraries. We're in every little city out here. We went everywhere. Went to Paulsbo, Bainbridge. We went to Port Orchard with Silverdale. But we're going everywhere to go meet the people where they are. And that's the thing about our events. We're bringing these resources to your front door. We're bringing them to you. So we're making it, not even excuses, I don't like to say excuses, but we're making it so there's no excuses for you to get these resources, to get these extra things you need for your family, whether it's food, whether it's school supplies, whether it's clothing, whether it's shoes, whatever it is, we're bringing it to you.
What does that do for an individual? When they're out at a community barbecue or one of your sports events.
When I was young, when I was a kid, I remember getting new clothes or new shoes for school.
Yeah.
You walk different. I mean, your attitude, everything about you, like just having a new backpack, a nice backpack with full of school supplies, everything you need without having to borrow, just gives you a different kind of, your head's held higher. Just something different, and I just want to give everybody that start, and then we go into the schools to help with, day to day. I just want to be there.
I think it makes a real impact, and this is something that I've talked about before, but I feel like when you give somebody the tools to do something good, it can truly change the trajectory of their life.
Right.
Just being handed the autonomy to walk in their own shoes and do that. Tell me about some of the people that you've given the tools to and how it's accelerated them as individuals out here in Kitsap County.
I mean, I'd rather let them do that, but I see people, you know, me, I look at it as when I see the young kids, like if I go somewhere and I see one of the kids that I coached in basketball, when I see them when they're older, that's when I see it. I can tell then. But right now, I just want the kids to have to hold their head up high and be courageous and understand that they mean a lot to us. So.
Yeah, yes, but can you speak on members of your organization is what I mean.
I know what you want me to speak on. I'm just, like I said, I wish they were here to speak on it themselves. I'm proud of who I work with, bro. Like, because we all came from, you know, humble beginnings, and like you say, and we pushing through it, and now we're able to help other people.
Yeah.
So you know, that's members of our organization need, like me, like for instance, we're young, we needed help. We went to these Salvation Armies, we went to these things to get help, and now we're able to help other people. So that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You know, being able to help someone when they need it, and then when they get up, they can help somebody else when they need it. So we all pull each other up instead of pulling each other down.
I've heard that this is going to be the biggest Doc Loves the Kids Day yet. Can you tell me a little bit about what people will be experiencing when they're out there on the field on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it because just bring your kids. Bring your kids. Bring them a towel, maybe some extra shorts or something, because it's just going to be fun the whole day. They're going to run around, have fun the whole day. They'll be tired when they get home for sure. We probably got 9 or 10 giant bouncy houses, giant ones with pool. A couple of them got pools. We have dunk tank that Ash Black's promised to get in. I think Mike is too.
Yeah, right.
I think Mike said he was getting in too, but we have a bunch of stuff. We have a foam machine. I'm trying to run some kickball games. Face painting, bunch of resources like always, and you know I'm gonna be there running around. I might get on the Incredible Hulk slide this year. You know, I might show the kids out this year. I don't know. I might get in the dunk tank. I'm gonna do something different there. We got a DJ. We got DJ D there. We got the whole team there. We got Snook on the grill again. Snook is my guy. He owns Carpet Recovery, and Snook barbecues for hundreds and hundreds of people by himself. Last year he didn't do it by himself, but usually by himself every year. I can depend on him every year, and he'll just call me a couple days before the event and be like, what time should I be there? And that's what I need, you know what I'm saying? I need partners like that. So, you know, I feel blessed to have the team I have around me.
What do you think it does for people like Snook to be involved?
Well, Snook's my guy. Me and Snook know each other since the early 2000s, and when we weren't, you know, our characters wasn't we wasn't who the men we are today, you know. So he knows me back then, and so now both of us doing the right thing. It just feels good to laugh and talk about, you know, how we're gonna try to feed 1,200 kids hot dogs and hamburgers. You know what I'm saying? So we just laugh. He was like, man, I want to make some steaks for him. I said, it's gonna be 1,200 people. You can't make steaks for 1,200 people. So I'm just, you know, we're just excited. We talk about it all the time, and just to talk about the change, you know, watching each other change in front of each other, you know, so it's a good thing.
That's kind of the nitty-gritty that I've been trying to get to is, you know, the change that takes place within an individual when, you know, when society said that you can't give back because of some mistake or thought or thing you've said, and then you know, you get involved with something like this, whether it be Doc Loves the Kids, whether it be the Kitsap Community Foundation, whether it be the Rotary Club, whether it be
two organizations that I very much love and respect right there,
whether it be the American Legion
and another organization that I love.
You get involved and you are given the tools to change, and not just somebody else's life, but your own. And I think that's the catharsis that I really want to hear you speak on is, can a person change through creating change? Yeah, so I always like to talk about myself. So what I'll say is that before I started doing this community work, I was a different person. You know, I've been arrested a handful of times before this, been to jail a handful of times before this, and
I don't know what it was. I think it was probably when I started working with the youth basketball that made me just see something different, and then it just changed me. And I haven't been in trouble, or even only time I see the police is at my events. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's definitely a change. My kids see the change in me. My family members see the change. So I definitely believe that helping helps you.
You know, I really want to ask you so many more questions, especially with Doc Loves the Kids Day coming up, but I'm going to have to do a quick round version of the last two here. So I really want to know, Doc, how people can get involved or support your work right now. You are facing some cliffs coming up in funding. You've had to fund a lot of this year's activities, events. We haven't even touched on a percentage of what you've done as far as events in the community over the last year. How can people get involved? What kind of support do you need right now?
I always say, funds, money is always huge. Volunteers is even bigger than funds. So volunteers and money is always what we always can use every day, because the more we have, the more we can help.
I wanted to ask you originally what you thought it would look like in 10 years, but I know you hate that question.
What, DocLuvTheKids?
Yeah, what's it gonna look like in 10 years? But maybe could you just make us a promise that we're still gonna be sitting here across from each other in 10 years?
Yeah, I might have my son and my daughter with me though, because they'll be doing the talking. I'll just be sitting here probably smoking a cigar or something. But my son and daughter will definitely be here.
Well, Doc, thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you do for the community. You know that it has created great change in so many, myself included, and I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on the show.
Of course.
4 times.
4 times.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doc Loves the Kids Day and Afternoons with Ash Black want to thank you for tuning in today. If you're ready to get involved, you can check out our social pages for all the details on how to attend, volunteer, or support this and so many other causes across Washington State. And before we wrap today, I want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at the Kitsap Humane Society. If you happen to be free on September the 6th, our wonderful friends over at Bushel and Barrel in Paulsbo, Washington are sponsoring an amazing event. It's called Riffs for Roughs. It's a great way to enjoy live music while helping out our four-legged friends. This event will feature live performances from the Vista Cruisers, Bend, Sam Corey, The Unsundered, and special guest, The Weirdos. Ash Black will be there in person performing with his band. And yeah, that's from 3 to 9 on September 6th. It's at 201 Northwest Beaver Ridge Lane in Paulsbo. And if you love a good show and you love animals, that's your event, baby. That's it for today. I want to thank my special guest, Mr. Doc Blackwell, for showing up. And of course, each and every one of you at home. We will catch you next time, only on Afternoons. You can find all of our episodes on our YouTube channel and catch the live broadcasts on BCAT, as well as all the extras at Afternoons with Ash Black on Facebook.